Hey YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. This is Everyday Finance and I'm your host Bobby. If this is your first time on the channel, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button as well so that you get notifications for future content similar to what you'll see in this video. In today's video, we're going to talk about retirement. Retirement can be a bit boring depending on which side of the fence you fall on. It's either something you're not prepared for or it's something that's completely boring to talk about. I'll try to liven it up for you as much as I can today. We're going to talk about retirement and as a whole. We're going to look at some of the financial tools that are available for you to save towards your retirement and talk about a few different concepts as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so retirement. When you think about it, it's something that you either don't want to talk about or it's completely boring. No one wants to talk about take a little bit here and put it there. And if I take 10% now, it turns into this much later. It's something that can be completely far-fetched and boring, right? Okay, but retirement is something that regardless of whether you're 25 or you're 65, it's something that you want to be prepared for. Now, a lot of people have said this, but it's absolutely true. The earlier that you start preparing for retirement, the better. Think about it. If you take $10 right now and you put it towards your retirement every time that you're paid at the age of 18 up until your actual retirement, the likelihood of you reaching whatever retirement goal that you have is a lot better than if you started, say, 40 or 50 or somewhere in there. But part of the problem with this is that the younger we are, the more time it seems that we have to prepare for retirement, right? So you're more likely to put it off or put it to the side and spend money on things that mean more to you at the time, like the new iPhone or say a new car or going on spring break or this trip or something like that, right? But regardless of what age you are right now, you need to take hold of your financial future, and part of that is saving towards retirement. Now, I know when I was younger, retirement was something that I was cognizant of, but it wasn't something that I was preparing for. Now, as I started to mature more, became married, had a family, and became a little bit older, retirement started being elevated on my to-do list. Now, this may not be the case for every person, but at some point in your life, hopefully not too late though, you'll want to start preparing for retirement if you haven't already. Now, there are a lot of different financial tools that are available to you to save for retirement. Some of them are company driven and some of them are third party driven. What I mean by that is some of them are things that you'll see that your company offers to you, either through your paycheck or through some type of other options that they offer. And some are just other products that companies offer in general that you can buy into. Now, what are some of these products, you ask? The first is a 401k. Now, most people are going to be familiar with the 401k. 401ks are usually company-driven products that companies offer and sometimes match based on the percentages that you place into them. Now, this is a tool that a lot of people are familiar with when it comes to retirement and saving for retirement. Another tool is an IRA. Now, IRAs, sometimes depending on who you're working with or for, may or may not be something that's offered by the company that you work for. But third-party companies and banks and other financial institutions do offer IRAs. Now, there are a few different variations of IRAs that we'll talk about later as well. Now, a new tool that we want to talk about is Acorns. Acorns basically is a way for you to take purchases that you have every day on, say, your checking or savings account, and you round those purchases up to the next dollar. And the difference between that purchase price and the next dollar is allocated into an Acorns account that you can save money up for retirement, or you can invest it however you want to. Now, this method is something that's not only done by Acorns. Now, it's done by several different other companies out there that have got different names for it, but the premise of it is something that we just want to cover with Acorns. So there are a lot of different ways that you can save for retirement. Of course, you got the tried and true method of, taking a certain percentage of your own paycheck and putting it into an IRA or CD or money market account and saving for it that way as well. It's not something that you typically see a lot of people do, but that's something that does exist as well. Now, the thought of leaving your job or career can be very daunting for some people, even with entrepreneurs. That can be daunting, right? So let's talk a little bit about the most widespread or widely used form of retirement, and that's Social Security. Now, there's been a lot of rumblings within the news with regards to Social Security. One of the unfortunate things about Social Security is that a lot of the people that are paying into Social Security, unfortunately, may not be able to actually use or allocate the funds that they're paying into it once they do retire. As of today, sources are saying that Social Security will run out in 2034. Yes, 2034. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not eligible for retirement in 2034. So unfortunately, I would be one of those people who wouldn't be able to use Social Security, even though I've been paying into it since I started working way back when. Okay, we're not going to get into that. But yes, unfortunately, Social Security is something that a lot of people are not going to be able to use. So with that in mind, it makes you have the mindset that retirement is something that is not only serious, but it's something that we need to pay more attention to, and we need to use more resources to start our plans towards them. We all need a long-term plan for retirement. If Social Security teaches us anything, it's that one single plan or relying on one source of retirement is not enough. We all need a long-term plan for retirement that includes multiple forms or multiple variations of financial income in order to reach retirement goals. We can't rely on one source. So first and foremost, let's talk a little bit about 401ks. 401ks are plans that are typically offered by most jobs. 401ks are considered qualified retirement. And most employers, not all, depending on who you work for, will match the contributions that you make into a 401k up until a specific amount. One drawback of a 401k plan is that you cannot deduct funds before you're 59 and a half without a tax penalty. Contribution limits for 401ks are currently capped at $19,500, with catch-up contributions capped at $6,500 for those people that are 50 or older. In addition to 401ks, IRAs are a popular retirement choice. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account, so it's got retirement written right into the definition of it. IRAs are typically owned outside of the job. IRAs typically invest your money into annuities, mutual funds, stocks, and bonds. There are 3 different types of IRAs, each with their own unique rules. The first is the Roth IRA. The Roth IRA allows you to contribute after taxes, but withdrawals are tax-free in retirement. Eligibility is based on how much you earn. The second IRA type is the traditional IRA. Traditional IRAs allow you to deduct your funds starting this year. In addition, with traditional IRAs, no taxes are paid until money is withdrawn. The final IRA type is a rollover IRA. A rollover IRA is an IRA that you either take another IRA and combine it with it, or you take a 401k and combine it with it. Retirement is extremely important. It may not be something that you're focused on right now because you're either a 20-something, a 30-something, or a 40-something, and you don't have any health issues, or the long-term outlook on your job or on life is that you may not have to rely on retirement in the traditional sense with Social Security in order to make ends meet. Or you're in a financial position right now to where retirement is the least of your concerns. Even though that may be the case, or one of those may be the case for you, you still want to make sure that you have a plan available to you so that you will be ready in case you do need funds at a later date. No one knows exactly what tomorrow may bring, But the best thing that we can all do is to be prepared for the worst case scenario. Now, for the majority of working class Americans, we all need some type of safety net for when we leave the job force in order to make ends meet. For most of us, that is some form of savings or retirement. Now, when it comes to savings, a lot of us may not have it for a year, let alone multiple decades in terms of retirement. So in addition to having a retirement from your job, you need additional financial resources that allow you to not only make your financial goals not only to meet your financial goals, but in some cases to exceed them. So in addition to having a retirement from your job, you may want to use some subsidiary of Social Security that may be available, or you may want to use a 401k or an IRA or an Acorns, or say an investment or dividends of some sort. Some type of financial plan that allows you and your family to have resources available to you in the long run of things. That about covers things on retirement. Was there something with retirement that wasn't within this video that you'd like to see in the future video? Leave a comment below. If you feel that I've missed something in regards to retirement as well, you can leave a comment there as well. Guys, I'm so thankful for you for taking the time out to watch this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so that you can get notifications for future content on this channel. And always remember, there is no goal that is unattainable when you apply everyday finance. See you guys.